What's up, everyone? We're talking top waters today. Some big ones, some that you might not have heard of, some of my favorites. Let's talk about them now. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. This channel is all about bass fishing, baits, tackle, trends, things like that. And today we're talking about top waters. It's summertime, it's hot, and I'm putting top waters in my box. I did a video similar to this a few weeks ago, but I've been putting a lot of bigger top waters into my box just because it is the time to catch a big bass, post-spawn, summertime, giant top waters. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite big top waters. I'm talking about baits that are not your standard 4-inch walking baits, but much bigger. I'll tell you some of my favorites, some kind of sneaky ones, and I'd also like to hear your favorite big top waters because it's a fun bite when you can get a big fish on top. So probably the king, and this isn't really that big of a bait at all, but it's a Super Spook. This is one of my favorites. This color, Okie Shad. I got a bunch of these. I actually found some at a tackle store. So I have 4 or 5 of this color. The old Jimmy Houston one. They still make the Super Spook, but this is just a lot. I have a lot of confidence in this bait. It's a big bait, but you can still catch average sized fish with it. So the other baits that I'm gonna show you are even bigger. So one, the Strike King Mega Dog. This thing is giant. Now it takes a lot heavier line, bigger rod, but the gliding action from side to side on this is incredible. It's almost like the old Lunker Punker, if you're familiar with that. Very wide action. So it gets bites from big fish. This is the Strike King Mega Dog. Again, this is a Mondo bait. I don't even know how big it is, but you can see it's as long as my hand. This next one may be my favorite bigger walking topwater bait. It's a pencil popper. This is the I'm a Little stick. I've caught so many big fish on this bait. This particular color's been really good to me. It works great for smallmouth. I've caught spotted bass on it. I've caught stripers, largemouth. Caught tons and tons of fish on it. You can see this. I kept this on there just to show, but if you put a few of those bobber stoppers in front of the knot, your braid won't wrap around that front treble. It works with all topwaters. I really like the 6 cents ones. They're really pretty inexpensive compared to a lot of the bobber stoppers, and they hold up really well. So I really like those. And there is a way to remove these even after you've cut your line off and put them onto another one if you want to save it. But again, they're just not that expensive for those 6 cents ones. They're very, very good. So that is the I'm a Little stick. But just to give you a comparison, they make a bigger one. This is the big stick. And I really haven't fished it very much, but it's got that same cutting action, splashing, pencil popper. And because of the design of both of them, little stick and big stick, this thing casts very far. Like when you cast it, it's just like a torpedo. It goes straight out, casts very, very far. But the little stick is a great bait. Now I have used another pencil popper quite a bit. It's the Berkeley Cane Walker. So this is a good one too. I personally like the action of the little stick, but I can't really say anything negative about the Cane Walker. It's a really good bait for drawing fish from deep water. They call it the Cane Walker because a lot of people throw it over those cane piles in Hartwell and all those lakes back there with the bluebacks, Murray, places like that. They draw fish up from a long distance. That is one of the biggest benefits of a big topwater, and especially a pencil popper style bait. Now next one, try not to laugh at this, but this is the Weston Frog. This thing is crazy. So I got these baits, and I was using this one just kind of as a joke one day, just because I was like, what in the heck is this? They sent it to me. I thought I would never use it, but I caught a bunch of bass on this smaller one. It's more of a wake bait than a topwater, but I wanted to throw it in there because it's so unique. It is just a crazy looking bait. It's something they don't see very often. I caught a bunch of bass with it, caught a big tiger muskie on it. It was just so much fun throwing this thing. Just, again, more like a wake bait, but they just don't see anything like that. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but they come in 2 different sizes. This is a 46 gram, so that's a big one. That's almost 2 ounce, and this one is a 18 gram, so it's a 5/8 ounce. But yeah, don't be afraid to throw crazy stuff, especially if it's something that they haven't seen before. That is the Weston, I forgot what they call it, the Frogger or something like that, but yeah, it's a crazy looking bait. If you can find it, it does work. A couple other crazy ones that I really like. They're topwater still. Like this is more of a crawler style bait. This is the NZ Crawler from Depths. It's kind of like a mouse color, but if you're familiar with crawlers, they just crawl back and forth. So it's kind of almost like a jitterbug in a way, but it's just something that has a lot of commotion on the surface. It's very different. That's from Depths. That's the NZ Crawler. The other one from Depths I really like is the MT Wake. Again, it's a wake bait. It's got this big giant blade on it, so it makes tons of noise. You can just hear it right there. That's what it sounds like on the top of the water, rattling, thumping blades. Very cool bait. Again, I'm a big fan of throwing obnoxious topwaters, especially in places where a lot of people are throwing topwater. Just something that looks a little bit different, but this thing is definitely different. The MT wake. And this thing casts really well too. And even though it has a pretty good bill on it, it doesn't really dive that deep. It's just a wake bait, you know, it just keeps it right on the top. Oh, and the last one, also from Depths, this is the Brachio stick. So it's basically like a souped up topwater spook. It's long, it's a very big bait. So it casts really well. I mean, I was fishing this one day trying to reach schooling stripers. I was bass fishing and I saw them schooling out there and I could reach them no problem with this bait. Almost spooled my braid. I mean, that's how far it casts. So this is a very good topwater bait. I want to say this is about 6 inches, so it's a big bait. I mean, just compare it to the pretty big Super Spook. I mean, it's almost another inch long. But yeah, that is the Depths Brachio stick. It has a very good walking action because of the shape. Again, it casts really well, so it's a very good bait. Not cheap, but I really like the Depths Brachio stick. So yeah, those are some of my favorite big topwaters. Which ones am I missing? Of course, you got the big ploppers, things like that. I didn't include them in this one, but I just wanted to show you some neat baits that I like, that I've used, something different, and stuff that catches fish. Thanks for watching.